Guess who's here for a January wrap-up? This is my first January, but it's belated wrap-up of the books I've read. I've only read 4 books in the month of January because I'm like a very slow reader and I have so much schoolwork and I barely get time to actually read these books. And I have a whole bunch of books in my bedroom that I haven't even started yet. So, I guess I'm supposed to like show the books and tell how many stars I gave and if I liked it or not. So I'm gonna try it, but I am sorry if it goes wrong. The more I make these videos, the more I'm gonna actually get better at it and stop stuttering. I have not stuttered so far right now. So, the first book I read in January was The City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I read this book because it was recommended to me by a very close friend of mine. Her name is Rochelle, and she's one of my close friends. She liked this book, so I figured, hey, if she liked this book, I should try reading it. And I tried reading it, and I was actually getting into it. It was this one. I just started the series. I have not even completed the second book yet. So I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars because it was so good and the story was so well plotted out. I can't even do that. So, yeah. The next book I read was Exposure by Kathy Riches and Brendan Riches. I love this series. This is the 4th book in the Viral series, and I actually have the 4th book right here. I read that one in 2015 and finished that one on time. So this book was also one of my favorite books, mainly my favorite book in this series because it's so funny and I just loved it. So I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars as well. And I'm not doing that just to be nice. I did it because I actually loved the story. And I can't wait till Terminal comes out as the 5th and final book in the series. So. Next book I read, I was reading it right after I finished testing for my fall semester classes. And that is Bad Girls Don't Die by Katie Allender. This book was kind of spooky for me, but it wasn't that spooky like Meridon and Hahn's books. It's still a little bit spooky because of the possession and everything. To be honest, I like many different types of books, any kind of books like fantasy, mystery, any of them. This book was awesome. It was actually more kind of like a mystery, and I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. And my favorite character in this one is actually Alexis. She is really tough and brave and everything. Next book, but I forgot to do this book too, so I am sorry. My favorite character in this whole series right here is actually Tori Brennan. She is also fierce and everything, just like Alexis. The final book I actually read, and I actually bought it when I was in middle school, and I tried to read it, but I was unable to. So it just sat on my shelf waiting to be read until like finally I was like, okay, I am just gonna pick this book up and I'm gonna read it to see if it's actually really good because it's got some good comments about it. And that book is Cinder by Marissa Mayer. This book was I didn't even know at first I didn't know this book was about like similar to Cinderella until I continued reading it. It was actually way better than like the actual Cinderella because it's a sci-fi and it's got like cyborgs and everything and lunars and the prince. I liked this book. I actually liked this book. I never thought I'd actually like it. I didn't read the rest because it's probably gonna spoil the second book. I have not gotten the second book yet. I've tried to get it, but I always forgot a little something, and I'm starting right now, which I don't mean to do. But I'm getting better at it. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars, and to be honest, Cinderella was actually one of my favorite fairy tales. And when the Marissa Mayer actually put this the whole put Cinderella in the form of sci-fi and fantasy, I actually was able to enjoy it. I couldn't put it down. So that was all the books I've actually read in the month of January. So if you've read any of these books, please let me know. And please subscribe to my little sister. She has a channel, and I will link her channel in the description as well as Jonathan's channel. See ya. Bye.